have a huge Amazon unboxing to show you guys with tons of books, and I just love unboxing books with you all because I get so excited, and I know you guys do too. If you guys missed the last unboxing, I will link it below so you guys can watch that, but I have tons of unboxings, hauls. I don't think I ever will put myself on a book buying ban, truly, because I just love books so much. I read through them really quickly, but also I love having like my friends borrow them from me, and I just love talking about books. And yeah, I feel like I will forever be buying books, but man, I went really wild on this one today. I have a total of, oh my God, this is so heavy to pick up. And I work out 4 days a week, y'all, like literally lifting weights. This is wild. 5 huge, heavy boxes of books to open with you guys. Wait, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5. And I am so excited to open them. So be sure to subscribe if you guys are new, because I upload videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Lots of book chats, book vlogs, shopping in bookstores, lots of good stuff. And yeah, so let's get into this video. I know you guys are gonna enjoy. Make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you want more book chats, because I share lots there too. So yeah, let's get into the first box. The first box is a heavy one, and I feel like the heavy ones always make me so excited. So I wanna go through this one first because there's so much goodness in it. I'm just gonna take all of these out because truly there are so many in here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 books in this box. It is now empty. So let's go through all these. The first book that I have is a thriller, and I actually only read thrillers and romances, so you guys are gonna pretty much just see like thrillers and romances in this video. The first book that I picked up is The Woman in the Window, which this is actually a Netflix film. It says Anna Fox lives alone, a recluse in her New York City home. Unable to venture outside, she spends her days drinking wine, maybe too much, watching old movies, recalling happier times, and spying on her neighbors. Then the Randalls move into the house across the way. A father, a mother, their teenage son, the perfect family. And when Anna, gazing out her window one night, sees something she shouldn't, her world begins to crumble and its shocking secrets are laid bare. What is real? What is imagined? Who is in danger? Who is in control? In this diabolically gripping thriller, no one and nothing is what it seems. So again, you guys, hi Vane. You guys probably know if you watch the vlogs, I have a Rottweiler and he loves to get in videos. All right, go hop up somewhere. Anytime I'm filming, literally he will just stand right in the middle of the video. But this is the first book. The next book is 1,000 Boy Kisses, and I literally only bought this book because I've heard so many people talk about it on TikTok and on Instagram, and that's literally why I bought it. I have no idea what this is about. What's funny though is that the books that people always talk about are always so tall and thick. This book is literally, well, I guess it's not that long. It's like 350 pages, but it is so much taller than regular books. Like, look how much taller that is, which is wild. This says 1 kiss lasts a moment, but 1,000 kisses can last a lifetime. 1 boy, 1 girl, a bond that is forged in an instant and cherished for a decade. A bond that neither time nor distance can break. A bond that will last forever, or so they believe. When 17-year-old Rune returns from his native Norway to the sleepy town of Blossom Grove, Georgia, where he befriended Poppy as a child, he has just one thing on his mind. Why did the girl who was one half of his soul, who promised to wait faithfully for his return, cut him off without a word of explanation? Rune's heart was broken 2 years ago when Poppy fell silent. When he discovers the truth, he finds that the greatest heartache is yet to come. This looks so good. Oh my God, I can't wait to read this one. Next book that I got is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. Everyone has talked about this book literally all over book talk, so I had to pick it up. And this one is a memoir, but it reads like almost like a fiction book, I think, and it looks like it's going to be easy read, so I'm so excited to read this and learn from her. This next book is one that I bought because I saw like literally one person make a review, and the thing about like booktube or book talk or Bookstagram, I feel like if you have one person give you a good review of a book, like you will instantly buy it. So I picked up this one, and Christina Lauren actually says on the front, a brilliant standout and couldn't be put down. So you guys know that one of my 5 out of 5 books that I absolutely love is Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. They're great authors. So I had to pick this one up, and it says, growing up in dive bars all along the East Coast, Tony's guitar was her only companion until she met Sebastian. Seb was a little older, a lot wiser, but before long, he was Tony's way out, promising they'd escape their stifling small town together. Then Seb turned 18 and split without looking back. Now Tony's all grown up and making a name for herself in Philadelphia's indie music scene. When a friend suggests she try out for a hot new up-and-coming band, Tony decides to take a chance. Strong, feminist, and fierce as fire, Tony B and the Lilies are the perfect match, except Seb's now moonlighting as their manager. Whatever, Tony can handle it, no problem, or it wouldn't be if Seb didn't still hold a piece of her heart, not to mention the key to her future. He is her manager. Guys, this is gonna be so good. I can't wait to read this one. This one's gonna be incredible. Next book I picked up is Darling Venom. Heard a lot about this book as well. This is another thick one, and I feel like anytime people talk about books on Instagram, they're always thick and long. This one's like 460 pages. Again, it's one of the taller books. You can see literally it's so much taller than the other one. On the back it says, I wasn't supposed to be on that roof on Valentine's Day, neither was Kellen, the school's designated freak. We met on the verge of ending our lives. Somehow the tattered strings of our tragedies tangled and tightened into an unlikely bond. We decided not to take the plunge and agreed to check on each other every Valentine's Day until school ended. Same time, one roof, two restless souls. We kept our promise for 3 years. On the 4th, Kellen made a decision and I was left to deal with the consequences. Just when I thought our story ended, another one began. They say all love stories look the same and taste different. Mine was venomous, disgraceful, and written in scarlet scars. My name is Charlotte Richards, but you can call me Venom. Wow, this is intense. It says, my first love ended in tragedy. My second began with his brother. All these books just look so good. Next book that I got is Daisy Hates. You guys know how obsessed I was with Magnolia Parks. If you guys watched the last vlog, I literally cried, and honestly, it was my first book that I finished in my first 24-hour reading vlog, and I just thought that it was a good challenge and a great way to start off the challenge with Magnolia Park. So I'm excited to read Daisy Hates. I wonder if I'll cry on this one. People have said that the books after Magnolia Parks are even more heart-wrenching, so I'm excited, of course. Why is it the book lovers are literally excited to like get our hearts ripped out? The next book I picked up is In a Jam, and it says, one jilted bride who didn't see it coming, one single dad who didn't sign up for this, and 1 year to get married or lose the family farm. Sift with a pinch of precious niece who aspires to be a pirate, and 12 untrustworthy hens, and a heap of fruity earrings. So this sounds like a marriage of convenience, maybe. I don't know. I just love like small town romances. I live in a smaller town, and well, at least compared to Chicago. Chicago is like 3 hours from us. It's like the closest big city. It has like, I think 3 million people or something. And my husband's from a town of 600 people, so I know that there are definitely towns smaller than where I live, but I grew up in a town of 17,000 people, which is always pretty small in my mind, and so yeah, I just love reading small town romances. The next book that I got is Throttled, and this is the first book in the Dirty Air series. This is by Lauren Asher, who wrote the Dreamland Billionaire series, which you guys know I have absolutely fallen in love with that series. I just love all of the storylines and everything. And this says, Maya, Noah Slade is Formula One legend in the making. Focused, unapproachable, ruthless on and off the track. A man with walls higher than the Grand Canyon, and my brother's new teammate. I want more of the prince who disguised himself as a villain, but while I crave a happy ending, he wants to destroy his. And Noah, Maya is a forbidden temptation, an ambitious post-grad I should stay far away from, and chaos wrapped with a bow. We're a ticking time bomb, about one wrong move away from exploding. I want to trip the wire, detonating together in passion and pain, because in the end, all is fair in lust and war. And this is a whole series, so I hope that this is as good as the Dreamland Billionaire series. So I'm gonna start it and let you guys know what I think. And then I also picked up The Long Way Home, Magnolia Parks, and this looks like you get back into BJ and Magnolia's story, maybe. There isn't really much on the back, so you just kind of have to guess, and on the back it says, I'll wear it like a badge of honor forever that he loved me first, that he loved me at all. Have you ever had a love like that? And it looks like it's like her little necklace thing. And then on the back of Daisy Hates, it literally says, no guns at the dinner table, and that's it. So don't even know what's gonna happen, but it's Gossip Girl vibes, so I know it's gonna be crazy. Then I also got Make It Sweet by Kristen Callahan. Said he was grumpy, gruff, and able to create sweetness in the most unexpected ways. Life for Emma isn't good. The world knows her as Princess Anya on Dark Castle, but then her character gets the axe, literally. The cherry on top is finding her boyfriend in bed with another woman. She needs a break, and sanctuary comes in the form of Rosemont, a gorgeous estate in California promising rest and relaxation. Then she meets the owner's equally gorgeous grandson, ex-hockey player and current recluse, Lucian Osman, and she sees her own pain and yearning reflected in his eyes. He's charming when he wants to be, but also secretive and gruff, with protective walls as thick as Emma's own. Despite a growing attraction, they avoid each other. But then there's an impromptu nighttime skinny dip, and Lucian's luscious homemade tarts and cream cakes start arriving at Emma's door, tempting her to taste life again. In trying to stay apart, they only grow closer, and their broken pieces just might fit together and make them whole. Oh my god, so cute. Then I also got the Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren, because she has a book coming out, I think in like June, and I just wanted to pick it up. So yeah, it says a heartfelt and funny novel about what happens when two people with everything on the line are thrown together by science, or is this fate? So yeah, looks like a good stack. Let's get into the next box. Finally using my box cutter, because I always forget to use it, and you guys are always like, where's your box cutter? Now that I bought one, for a long time, if you guys are new, I would like always just tear a box open and didn't have a box cutter. Now I have one, which is great. So in this box, it looks like, I think there's only one book in this one. Yeah, there's just one. And it is beautiful. It's called 1% of You by Michelle Gross. Oh my gosh, guys. This is like a hardback, but not, it doesn't have like the sleeve on it. This is so unique. Oh my god, and it's beautiful. It literally does not have anything on the back of this, so I don't even know what this is about, but it is beautiful. Literally don't even know what this is about. Like, I must have wanted to like for sure get it if I saw it somewhere and like put it in my cart to buy, but I don't know what this is about. I had to get my phone so I could read the back of this, because this book is beautiful. It says, make no mistake about it, I know what I look like to others. Young, government-aided, pregnant mom. They say they see Lucy on my hip and they see a mistake. I mean, why would someone have a child so young, right? They couldn't be more wrong. I'm too busy most days between parenting, work, and finishing out my last year of nursing school to let their judging gaze tear me down until he moves into the vacant house next to the apartments I live in. His cold, blunt observation of us doesn't differ from any other stranger. He doesn't know me, but he's already painting a picture of who he thinks I am in his mind. He judges my very round belly, Lucy's inability to leave him alone, and the bags under my eyes, and the fact that I couldn't care less what I look like anymore. He's a rude guy, stays that way for months too. Then something happens. Guys, I'm not even sure what. Judgmental guy decides Lucy and me, as well as baby Eli, are worth his friendship. Turns out judgmental guy isn't too mean. Okay, he kind of still is, but he graduates to Elijah. I build an unlikely friendship with him, which deems it necessary for him to start smiling around me and my kids. I'm wrong again. Elijah isn't rude. He's terrifying. His strange acts of kindness are unraveling to me. Elijah is only my friend, right? Oh fudge, I think I'm wrong again. And this is, it says a single mom slow burn romance. I don't really read a lot of like single mom romances, so I'm excited to read this one. We still have 3 more boxes to go. So this is the next box. I hope that this is, okay, this is literally not even, guys, this is not even a book. This is wild. I bought some hand soaps and they're in this box. I'm so sorry. You guys just got a hand soap haul. This actually does work so well though. I've been using it for years. So we're gonna put that back in there. That's the only thing in this box. And get into another box. So this one, let's see, is another one that, oh yes, I'm excited about this one. I've heard so much about this book. Everyone I feel like is talking about this book right now. There's actually 2 books in here. The first book is All the Dangerous Things, and I've heard so many people rave about how good this book is. It says 1 year ago, Isabel Drake's life changed forever. Her toddler son Mason was taken out of his crib in the middle of the night while she and her husband were asleep in the next room. With little evidence and few leads for the police to chase, the case quickly went cold. However, Isabel cannot rest until Mason is returned to her, literally, except for the occasional catnap or small blackout where she loses track of time. She hasn't slept in a year. Isabel's entire existence now revolves around finding him, but she knows she can't go on this way forever. In hopes of jarring loose a new witness or a buried clue, she agrees to be interviewed by a true crime podcaster, but his interest in Isabel's past mistakes makes her nervous. His incessant questioning, paired with her severe insomnia, have brought up uncomfortable memories from her own childhood, making Isabel start to doubt her recollection of the night of Mason's disappearance, as well as second guess who she can trust, including herself. But she's determined to figure out the truth no matter where it leads. It says, following up on her instant New York Times bestseller, A Flicker in the Dark, Stacey Willingham delivers a totally gripping thriller about a desperate mother with a troubled past. I have not read A Flicker in the Dark. I actually want to purchase that book. So I'm really excited to read this one. And I kind of want to pick up A Flicker in the Dark now too. Like, comment below if you guys have read that book. But I've heard so many great things about this one. I'm excited to read it. And then the other one I got is Charming as a Verb. Wow, all the books just fell over. This says, Henry can charm just about anyone. He's a star debater and popular student at the prestigious Fate Academy, the dutiful first-generation Haitian son, and the trusted dog walker for his wealthy New York City neighbors. But his easy smiles mask a burning ambition to attend his dream college, Columbia University. There's only one person who seems immune to Henry's charms, his intense classmate and neighbor, Corinne Troy. When she uncovers Henry's less than honest dog walking scheme, she blackmails him into helping her change her image at school. Henry agrees, seeing a potential upside for himself. Soon what started as a mutual hustle turns into something more surprising than either of them ever bargained for. This sounds really good. And I heard about this book from Lily Reed. So she has a lot of really good book recs that I haven't heard of. This box is heavy, like heavy. So let's get into this one. If I can find my box cutter. Oh my gosh, I have to literally hold this on my knee so I can keep it up. Guys, there are so many books in this box. Like this is so many. Guys, I even though this box is like kind of small, I knew it was heavy. I did not expect this many books in here. Let's get into all these. There are so many books in this box, guys. I keep saying that I didn't know how many books were in here, but I bought them. Like, I bought these books, and it should not be a surprise to me because I bought them myself, but here they are, and me being surprised, you know, whatever. Okay, let's get into the first book. I got my Dark Romeo. It says, some Romeos deserve to die. It was supposed to be a harmless kiss at a lavish debutante ball, a clandestine moment with a handsome stranger, but unlike his namesake, my Romeo isn't driven by love. He's fueled by revenge. To him, I'm a chess piece, leverage, his rival's betrothed. To me, he's a man deserving of poison, a dark prince I refuse to marry. He thinks I'll accept my fate while I plan to rewrite it, and in my story, Juliet doesn't die, but Romeo, he perishes. I literally didn't read the back of this before I bought it. So, there's that. I did not know that this was a book that had like a debutante ball, but now I know. And this one is My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shen. And then I got You Again, and this is by Lauren Lane. I love Lauren Lane's writing. I read her book, To Sir with Love. Absolutely loved it. It was such a fun rom-com. It was really easy to read. And so I just decided to pick up another book of hers. I love the cover of this one. It's so cool. I feel like it makes me look really smart to be reading it. It says Mac and Thomas? They have to stop meeting like this. After a disastrous meet cute turns into repeated meetings, a free-spirited rebel and a stodgy rule follower come to realize that the one they can't get away from is the one they can't live without. So yeah, excited for this one. Don't even know what it's about, literally, but I wanted to read another Lauren Lane book. Also got The Great Undoing, Daisy Hates. Now I have the whole series. This is the last one. On the back it says The Great Undoing of My Heart as I Know It. I love her more than I've ever loved anything, and I thought I might have been able to angle it, find a way for us to work, a life between where I can be who I am and love her how I do, and it not be the death of her, but it's not on the cards. I'd be the death of her and I won't be. I'm not ready to cry. I'm not ready to cry. I just am not. Also picked up Flow by Kennedy Ryan. I did not know that this was another smaller book. This one only has like a little over 100 pages, but this is a whole series, and this is the first book in the series. Now I'm definitely gonna buy the rest because they're so small. I'm like, I can literally read this in like an hour. It says in 8 years, Marlo James will be one of the brightest rising stars in the music industry. Bristol Gray will be his tough, no-nonsense manager. But when they first met, she's a college student finding her way in the world, and he's an artist determined to make his way in it. From completely different worlds, all the things that should be separate from that should separate them only draw them closer. It's a beautiful beginning, but where will the story end? Flo chronicles the first week of magical days and nights that will haunt Grip and Bristol for years to come. I love Kennedy Ryan. Absolutely love her writing. Before I Let Go was a 5 out of 5 for me, so I'm excited to pick up another book that I just know I'm gonna fall in love with, especially because it's like such a short one. I feel like those are fun to read. Also got a Christmas book. Just don't say anything. Okay, I know we're ways away from Christmas, but I feel like it's hard to find Christmas recs during Christmas, you know? Like I feel like I'm rushing to like figure out like what everyone's reading, and this one had a Black woman on the front, and I feel like that's so hard to find, so I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna read it probably closer to like holiday season. Said all she wanted for Christmas was a boyfriend for the holidays. All he wanted was for her to take her crappy first dates elsewhere. So yeah, it says The Holidays is a steamy full-length holiday romance. I'll probably read this again closer to Christmas, but I saw someone recommend it and I was like, what are the chances that someone's recommending a Christmas book literally not around Christmas? So I had to buy it. Honestly, it was the Black woman that did it. Like, we love a Black woman from infinity to infinity, so that's why I had to get it. I also got The Two of Us. I've seen so many people talk about this on Bookstagram. It says sometimes holding on to the pain means letting go of love. If there's no place like home, that's more than okay for Mara. In fact, she prefers it that way. Going back to the place where she made the worst mistake of her life, not ideal. So when a family emergency forces Mara to return home to her small lake town in Maine, after 7 years, she knows there's only one way she'll get through it unscathed. Avoid Ambrose King at all costs. But that might prove difficult considering he lives across the street. This is by Taylor Torres. I'll link all the books below because I know I didn't like mention every single author. I tried to. This is by Brittany Cherry. It's just hard to like remember to. I know I mentioned Kennedy Ryan and Lauren Lane, so but I'll link all the videos or all the books below so you guys can buy them. Also got A Worthy Love by A.E. Valdez, and this is a thick one, especially in comparison to the other books that I've read from her. So I'm really excited to read this one. I feel like sometimes I get annoyed if a book is too long, but then I also get annoyed if it's too short because I feel like I can't really get immersed into the characters' lives and like love them as much as they deserve. So I'm excited for a thick book from this author, and it says publicly humiliated Marissa Banks is blindsided by the news that the man she's been dating for months is married. Being called names she wouldn't wish on anyone in front of a room full of people by her boyfriend's wife is enough to shake her identity to its foundation. In an attempt to rebuild, she makes a few questionable decisions. Asher Blaine is one of them. He's intelligent and sexy, but the pedestal he's got himself on is unshakable, or so he thinks. Marissa asks for the one thing he can't deny her, even if it's the craziest thing he's ever done. She wants one night, his best 8 hours, and dang if he doesn't deliver. The next morning, her bubble is shattered by his loud mouth, and Marissa retaliates with the stiletto and a remote. The best night of her life is over and she's more than happy to walk away a free woman. Asher's job sends him to Marissa City, and when they cross paths again, it's Asher's turn to make an offer. And just like him, she can't refuse. Will her worst nightmare and his complicated past ruin what they're building, or can they lean on each other to make it through? I'm excited for this. I cannot wait. And again, this is a thick one. Really can't wait. Another book that I got is Continuum by Daniel Allen. It says missed opportunities, chance encounters, instant connections. Everything happens for a reason. Life is made of little interconnected moments. Any one decision can completely change the trajectory of your life, yet somehow you'll still end up exactly where you're supposed to be, or at least that's how it happened for Aisha Young. And this book is another shorter one, and this one has like a little over 150 pages. It's like 158. It also has a playlist on the back. That's cute, like different, maybe music, like songs to listen to. That's cool. Also picked up these two books, which these are from the Stark novel like series. I own Complete Me and Claim Me and Release Me, and I didn't even know that this series continued, so I got the rest of them. This series is about pretty much a billionaire guy and a girl who fall in love, and you get to like just see their whole life, but he has like a lot in his past. Definitely check the trigger warnings on it. And he ends up going to like court for stuff that like he really shouldn't be in court for, and she's like supporting him. But this is a spicy read. So I picked up the next two books in the series. Literally did not even know this series continued, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Then I also picked up this book, which everyone is talking about, this book and the second book, which I think is called like Blind Spot or something like that. And this is the first one. It's called Fair Catch, and it says all is fair in love and football. On the back it says, as if things aren't already tough enough, as the only girl on a college football team, coach had to go and assign Zeke Collins as my roommate, a cocky kick returner and my brother's best friend who should have been ripped of that title years ago. He's as infuriating as he is undeniably sexy. I hate him, and for good reason I won't ever let him forget. He thinks because we grew up together that his role is to protect me, but all he does is get in my way, make me look weak, and piss me off more. I tell him I can handle myself, and I'm hell-bent on getting that point across to him and the rest of the nation watching the only girl in the collegiate football. The pressure doesn't get to me, the scrutiny I'm ready for, but sharing very thin walls with Zeke Collins, I wasn't prepared for that. And the more we were forced together, the harder it is to distinguish the pencil-thin line between hating him and wanting him. This is by Candy Steiner, Fair Catch. And then I also got this book, which I'm sure so many of you guys have seen people talk about. It's like a ranch romance. It's called Flawless by Elsie Silver. The third book in this series comes out this summer. I think it comes out in June. So I wanted to read it before the third one comes out. That's kind of what happened with the fine print in the Dreamland Billionaire series. Everyone was talking about it, and I was like, you know what? I want to be a part of the conversation. So I read the first two, fell in love with the series, and then read the third book that came out this year, or maybe late last year, I forget. So this book is another one that I want to be in on the conversation. Everyone is loving it. So I decided to pick up the books. And this is the first one. It says, the rules were simple. Keep my hands off his daughter and stay out of trouble. But now I'm stuck with her. There's only one bed, and well, rules are made to be broken. Oh my gosh. He's a bull rider, and wow, this looks like a good book. I am excited to read it. Another stack of books you would have already seen if you guys watch the vlogs are these books right here. I read Wait For You, which was such an incredible book, like literally one of the cutest romances I've read in so long. I picked this up in Target just randomly, and I am just so glad that I did. I definitely want to read the rest of the series. This author has written so many books. She also, I think, is writing a fantasy book, something in Ash, pretty sure, which a lot of people are like, oh my god, I know that author because she's written like this other book, but literally she's written like a wild amount. I'm looking at all her books in here, like she's written so many books. I also picked up 16 and Pregnant when I was at Walmart. I did a little like Walmart shop with me. Actually, I think I got this at Walmart too. And this is a book about a girl who gets pregnant when she's 16 and like how she goes through that and navigates it. This book is about a couple who they're like two people who are in college, and one guy is pretty much just like trying so hard to get with this girl, and she's like afraid to like let love into her life. And it just is so good. He like literally asked her on a date so many times, and she's just like, I'm nervous, like I don't know, but she like wants him so bad. And when he finally takes her on a date, it's just so cute. I just love it. I also got the Lonely Hearts book club. Pretty sure I picked this up in Barnes & Noble when I was doing a little shop with me video. And then this is about a girl who creates a book club for people who are lonely after this guy who he used to come to the bookstore that she works at, or the library she works at, he used to come there all the time and he stopped coming, and I guess he became bedridden, and so she made like a book club so that he wouldn't be alone. And then I also got Grown. I don't remember which vlog this was in, but I'm really excited to read this one. Maybe I got this one in Barnes & Noble as well. It says, when legendary R&B artist Corey Fields spots Enchanted Jones at an audition, her dreams of being a famous singer take flight until Enchanted wakes up with blood on her hands and zero memory of the previous night. Who killed Corey Fields? And this is by Tiffany D. Jackson. And I also picked up Eleanor and Park. I read this one as a kid and was obsessed with this book. It's by Rainbow Rowell. And I just want to read it again to see if it holds to like my memory of it, because I remember loving it. But you know, as you grow, you like may not love the books that you still love anymore. So I'm excited to see if this still holds up to that. It's just a very quaint, cute little like book that will give you those nostalgic feelings of falling in love for the first time. So I'm really excited to read this. To Love Jason Thorne by Ella Mays is a book that I actually heard Kenzie Elizabeth, she recommended it in her like Bookstagram. So she recommended it as like one of her all-time favorite romance books, and so I was like, okay, I have to read this because she reads a lot of books. And it said Jason Thorne, my brother's childhood friend, so it sounds like her brother's childhood friends to like lovers type story. It says he's a movie star, the one who makes women of all ages go into screaming frenzy. I literally skipped the first half, but it was just talking about how he was, I guess I can read it. It says, oh, how stupidly in love with that boy I was. He was the first boy that made me blush, my first official crush. Sounds beautiful so far, right? The excitement that bubbles up inside you, those famous butterflies you feel for the very first time. He was the reason for them all, but you only get to live that fairy tale world until they crush your hopes and dreams and then stomp on your heart for good measure. And boy did he crush my little heart into pieces. After the stomping part, he became the boy I did my best to stay away from. And let me tell you, it was pretty hard to do when he slept in the room right across from mine. When tragedy struck his family and they moved away, I was ready to forget he ever existed. Now, back to where I was, he's a movie star. The one who makes women of all ages go into a screaming frenzy. The one who makes everyone swoon with that dimpled smile of his. Do you think that's dreamy? I certainly do not. How about me coming face to face with him? Nope, still not dreamy, not when I can't even manage to look him in the eye. Me, I'm Olive, a new writer. Actually, I'm the writer of the book that inspired the movie he's about to star in on the big screen. As of late, I'm also referred to as the oh so very lucky girl who's about to become the wife of Jason Thorne. Maybe you're thinking yet again that this is also dreamy. Nope, nothing dreamy going on here, not even close. I'm really interested to read this book now. Oh my gosh, it looks like it's so good. So yeah, that is all the books that I got. Literally, I got like 31 books, I'm pretty sure, if I remember counting correctly. So many. So make sure you guys are subscribed if you guys want to see more videos like this, because I share videos every single week, 3 days a week, and I literally cannot even pick up all these right now. Why am I even trying? There's so many. Oh my gosh, I am in a pile of books. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.